just want to check whether I'll have some time to, leave and come again, because I've logged into my daughter's ID and facing some difficulty.
Ma'am, it's visible, it's clear, no issues.
Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
Good evening to everyone assembled here in this virtual event. I am Sayam.
I am Sanjana.
We are honored to host this inauguration of this virtual event and are delighted to welcome you all.
A great philosopher once said that prayer is not for God, but rather to change the nature of one who prays. I invite Rohini Ranganath to invoke the Almighty. शारदे लोक पूजिते ज्ञानदा
ಅಂಧಕಾರವ ಓಡಿಸು, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬೆಳಗಿಸು, ಹೃದಯ ಮಂದಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲೆಸು, ಚಿಂತೆಯ ಆಳಿಸು, ಶಾಂತಿಯ ಉಳಿಸು. ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ. ನಿನ್ನ ಮಡಿಲಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಮ್ಮ, ನಿನ್ನ ನಂಬಿದ ಕಂದರಮ್ಮ, ನಿನ್ನ ಮಡಿಲಿನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಮ್ಮ, ನಿನ್ನ ನಂಬಿದ ಕಂದರಮ್ಮ. ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣೆಯ ಬೆಳಕಲಮ್ಮ, ಬಾಳನು ಬೆಳಗಮ್ಮ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋರಿಕೆ ಆಲಿಸಮ್ಮ, ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತುಗಳಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸವ ಮಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತುಗಳಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸವ ಮಾಡಿಸು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ದಾರಿಯಲೆಮ್ಮ ನಡೆಸು, ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ಕಲಿಸು, ಆಸೆ ಪೂರೈಸು. ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ. ಪ್ರೇಮದಿಂದಲೇ ಸಲಹು ಮಾತೆ, ನೀಡು ಸನ್ಮತಿ ಸೌಖ್ಯದಾತೆ. ತಾಯಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಲೋಕ ಪೂಜಿತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತೆ ನಮೋಸ್ತುತೆ.
We feel blessed indeed.
I quote Albert Einstein. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of our mind to think. I unquote. I invite Master Yash Vegat to officially welcome everyone.
Good evening everyone, this is Yash Vegat from class 8. Once Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, life should be great rather than long. It is my privilege to welcome the virtual gathering. On behalf of my SKS family, I would like to welcome the esteemed members of the management. It is an honor to welcome Ms. Bhuvaneshwari Subramaniam, the principal of SRM Public School, Chennai. Welcome to you, ma'am. I extend my warm welcome to the school principal, the coordinators, conveners, parents, students, teachers and all the non-teaching staff. A warm welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Yash.
A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. I request Alicia to introduce the visionaries of Social Science Department.
Good evening all, I am Alicia HS of grade 8, here to introduce the beloved educators of Department of Social Science. Miss Leelavati, an eager and energetic teacher with a proved track record in board exam result and formative grades too. Madam knows all her students in and out and is a tough taskmaster for whom discipline is of top priority. Girish sir, with a master's in English literature, sir has found great pleasure in teaching social studies, storytelling in his classroom. Salman sir, a teacher with high energy level to teach more so that students can learn more, always ahead to learn more and new. Salman sir is excellent when it comes to tech integration and has proven track record in board exam results. Vishalakshmi madam, a soft-hearted, enthusiastic educator who makes learning social studies interesting with activities. Madam is always there for students and guides them in the academic endeavors. She is a passionate teacher cum learner. Saida madam, an educator with good patience to teach the students of primary classes. Madam has been teaching across all the grades in primary and middle school grades too. Adapts herself to new challenge and makes learning interesting in the classroom. Prashant sir, a soft-hearted and excellent educator, informative years. Sir guides the students in delivering their best and as successfully takes initiative to implement student-centric strategies in classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. It's time to launch our club logo with name and tagline. Let us unveil the club name, tagline and logo. I request Prashant sir to do the honor.
Good evening all. I take this opportunity to unveil the idea behind the club name, logo and tagline. To understand the club name, we need to turn over the pages of history. The earliest writing systems evolved independently and at roughly the same time in Egypt and Mesopotamia. But current scholars suggest that Mesopotamia's writing appeared first. That writing system, invented by the Sumerians, emerged in Mesopotamia around 3500 BCE. At first, this writing was representational. A bull might be represented by a picture of a bull. Though writing began as pictures, this system was inconvenient for conveying anything other than simply nouns, and it became increasingly abstract concepts, eventually taking form in the world's earliest writing, cuneiform. Cuneiform came to function both phonetically and semantically rather than only representing objects directly as pictures. So, cuneiform is the evolution of writing. Cuneiform started with quills and today we have stylus. So, we have named our club as Cuneiform from evolution to revolution. Writing is the greatest landmark in the human history. Writing is an important literary source of history which reveals us the existence of humankind on the planet Earth. So, we have included the script of all 4 human civilizations in a club logo. On the left side of the logo, you can see social signs written in hieroglyph, and right side of the logo, cuneiform written in hieroglyph. Children, you may also attempt writing your name in hieroglyph by visiting the website Pen Museum. Let me show you a demo of writing my name in hieroglyphs. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you.
sir.
An oath is a promise, and the promise can be made regardless of feeling. I request Chinmay to administrate the oath.
Good evening all. Myself Chinmay KL from grade 8th. Club culture. Please raise your hand and repeat after me. We the students of HKS. Hereby swear that we will take part in the HKS uniform club activities. Respecting the regulations that govern them and desire to participate in the true spirit of learning for the honor of our school and the success of our club. Thank you.
Thank you, Chinmay. I quote Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. I unquote. It was indeed the mantra of working together that has brought us where we are today. Let's have some glimpse about social science club activities for this academic year.
Model making activity to build confidence and design thinking among children. A journey towards hand-on experience.
Traditional, an interesting activity to enhance our social science vocabulary through picture.
Hello, mono acting is the activity where we integrate students' theatre skills in social science.
Mock parliament. Through this activity we understand the function of the parliament.
Flip-flap book to enhance our presentation skills.
Drawing competition. Through this activity, we integrate art in social science.
Other shortlisted activities are weekend speech, college making, documentary on historical places, collection of different types of soil, fancy dress, debate, and different dance forms of India. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. I'm sure we are all looking forward to participate in these activities. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. I invite my friend Siam to share few qualities of a leader.
Good evening. I am Siam, grade 8. Shares with you the important values and qualities we learn in civics, that is leadership and rights and duties to be performed. Bharat, Hindustan and India is the only country which believes in Vasudeva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. Our country has also taught us Sarvejana Sukhino Bhavantu, welfare of all. Our country has great history of culture and civilization. Our club activities majorly focus upon developing leadership qualities, sense of rights and duties. Let's list out some of the leadership qualities taught by our country which we study as curriculum part. First, never give up attitude. There were days in 1963 when our first rocket was bought on bicycle, but today Indian Space Organization is one of the successful space organization of the world. It is because of never give up attitude. Courage, passion and madness. One can only guess the strength, not courage. When it comes to sports, along with courage, you will find out passion with madness because India holds the records of all World Cups of Kabaddi. Mary Kom is the first female boxer to win 6 gold medals in World Championship. Hima Das, the golden girl who won 6 gold medals in 21 days. Respect for diversity. A true leader respects the differences. India is the best example for unity in diversity because here you will find the thoughts of Buddha which give you peace of mind. You will find the prayers of Jesus, Vaheguru's Ardas. India is a place where you will find Rahim's Kheer and Ram's Prasad. This beautiful glimpse of unity in diversity hardly to be seen elsewhere in the world. A great philosopher once said, a true leader does not create followers, he creates more leaders. India is example for creating leaders to the world. Many Indians are ruling over the world. as CEO of global software companies, CEO of Google Sundar Pichai, CEO of MasterCard Ajay Pal Singh, CEO of Microsoft Satya Nadella, CEO of Adobe Shantanu Narayan, CEO of PepsiCo Indra Nooyi, Lakshmi Mittal, the King of Steel, Ratan Naval Tata, owner of Jaguar, Land Rover and Tata Groups. Symbol of sacrifice. A leader should be a symbol of sacrifice. Indian Army is the great example for symbol of sacrifice. They are the people who are protecting our country at the border even at the cold temperature of minus 53 degrees Celsius to 52.4 degrees Celsius and die smiling for motherland. India is a country where nation is not considered as nation, considered as mother. We are proud to be Indians. That's why India is a great example and toughest competitor for the title of global leader. These are the values a true leader should have. We are happy that in our civics club these values and qualities are going to be taught to us and help us to be the global leaders of future. Thank you.
Thank you, Sayam.
We are fortunate to have Miss Bhuneshwari Subramaniam as our chief guest today. I would like Rohini Ranganath to introduce our chief guest.
The year you were born marks only your entry into the world. Other years where you prove your worth, they are the ones with celebrating. A warm good evening to all. I feel exhilarated and delighted to introduce the chief guest of today's program, Miss Bhuneshwari Subramaniam Ma'am, Principal SRM Public School, Chennai. Madam, you hold a certification in education from IIM Kozhikode, obtained CIDTL, Cambridge International Diploma for Teaching and Learning from University of Cambridge, UK, and also certified from Harvard University. Course titled Leaders of Learning. PG in Commerce from University of Madras. B.Ed from IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University. Madam, you have attended in-depth training program on education system of Finland, University of Helsinki, Finland. Attended school educators experiential learning program at Oxfordshire, England, UK. You visited schools and colleges at Cambridge, Oxford and Trinity College, UK as a part of exchange program. In addition to fulfilling academic pursuits, Madam, you were presented papers in education and child psychology and won citations and prizes. Madam, you conducted workshops and seminars on self-development and moral development in children for academicians, value-based education for teachers and trainers. Madam, presently you have reached the exploration with 12 years of school principalship. Madam, you have been awarded Bharati Seva Samman by Bharatiya Sangam for your effort to imbibe patriotism and self-discipline in children and also awarded the Best Principal of the District by Science Olympiad Foundation for the academic year 2014-15 and 2019 to 2020. We are very happy to have such a great academician to inaugurate today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohini, for introducing the chief guest. I quote Dr. Ambedkar. Purpose of education is to moralize and socialize people. I unquote. I request Miss Bhuvaneshwari Subramaniam Madam to address the gathering.
Thank you, dear. Good evening to all the children there and the parents, all the viewers. Very good evening to all of you. Thank you, Ms. Rohini, for that wonderful introduction. I would like to thank your management, the school management, for initiating this. This is such a beautiful thing. Grade 8 children are doing so much with ease. That's amazing. So I would really thank the school management for this wonderful thought of though it is a pandemic situation, you still want the learners to have their part. Good. I really thank management. Being a teacher, I would like to thank the management for that. And of course, yes, a big thanks to the principal for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I hope I'm visible. Am I clear, my dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. So, very good evening and inauguration of.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry for the distraction. Will you
Yeah.
please turn on your video?
I have turned on the video actually. I'm not able to see myself. That's why I had my own doubts.
Fine, ma'am.
I'm not able to see my video.
Turn on your mobile video, ma'am.
Okay. I've just come to my laptop. If you
Yes.
can give me a second, I'll come from my mobile. Okay?
Fine, ma'am.
Sorry about it.
Ma'am, it is.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Well, is it clear now?
Yes, perfect, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry about it. Though we had a testing session. Fine, it is only that is technology, but still. So again, a very good evening to all of you and a big thanks to management for giving me this opportunity for being the guest to inaugurate the Social Science Club. That's amazing. And children, you all have a lot of subjects that you study till grade 8 or grade 9, grade 10, right? It is your social science, science, English, your languages, and of course the mathematics. And special thanks and mention to the math department. I think it's the math department which is steering the whole thing. So kudos to the team there. And of course, yes, social science is it just all of, and your logo is so beautiful and the tagline that you've given is wonderful. See children, social science is not just a subject. And what is a club? You all have your classes, you have your subject to study. Then what is the role of a club? Why do we need a club at all? Have you ever thought about it? Do we really need to get into a club, which is your favorite? If social science is your favorite, do you really need to get into that? Or if math is not your favorite, do you need to get into math? Have you ever thought about it? Or you just pick your club based on your friend's choice? So I just want you little young minds to think, why do we really need a club for a school? Okay, that's number one. Number two would be, which club should I join? And shouldn't I be in more than one club? Or do I just stick to one club and stick to my studies? So please take time to think about all these questions. Club is something, an opportunity for you to bond, to share, and to become a leader, to grow, right? So yes, of course, all of you should be part of a club. No one should come there and say it is mandatory that you should be in a part of a club. It is for your good. So go join the club where you feel you need to contribute more or you need to learn a lot, fine? So my request to all the children across the classes would be, choose the club based on your perception, based on your interest, based on what you feel, your thirst, instead of choosing club based on your friend's choice. Fine? That's my first, I won't call advice, my thought feel Fine? We always go by what our friends say, right? Let us step back and see what you need. Look for yourself. Look within and see what your call is. Fine? So go for that. And of course, Social Science Club. Inaugurating a Social Science Club is a very good feel because that is my subject. Why social science? Why should we have a social science subject at all at your grade level? So society, all of us live, all of us are human beings who have to live together in a society in harmony. That's the key. So when will we live in harmony? We will be able to live in harmony only when we learn to appreciate the environment, appreciate each other, appreciate the creation, appreciate everything that is around us. Fine? So for which social science is very, very important. But what do we generally do in school? We just look at it as a subject where you read, you by heart, and you present it in the answer paper. Please change, children. That is not social science is all about. Social science is a beautiful subject. Fine? Just because I'm a teacher of social science, I'm not saying this. When I was a student like you, I also had the same inhibition of, oh my God, why social science? So many dates to remember, so many data to remember. But now, as I teach my children, as I see my children really evolve through the subject, I'm really awestruck. What a lovely subject social science is. It is a subject which is not just going to give you data, information, or just the history. It is the subject which is going to make each and every one of us understand the planet that we live in. Be it about the people, be it about the physical features, be it about the human contribution to this planet, anything that you look at, everything that you look at, it's all about the society. It is all about the people in the society. So it is all social science. So my request to all of you, and you've got lovely teachers, wow, what a team of teachers you have, children. That's amazing. Look at your master, he was so passionate about his subject, he's done so much of research. That's why you were able to coin something really interesting, and his logo is also beautiful. It's very different. How is it possible? That's because of the passion that your teachers have in the subject. Right? So let us not just look at this as a subject. Let us all look at social as a subject which is going to teach us way of life. So how do we do that? Is it just by studying the content in the book, textbook, or watching few videos, or just attending your teacher's classes? No. And I would also like to request the teachers in this forum who are really good. That's what I infer from the presentations that were done by your team. Dear teachers, you are the change makers, and if you wish to touch every child's life, you can definitely do that. So as a teacher of social science, I request the social science department teachers to take them beyond the textbook. We in our country still study whatever is given in the textbook, and our textbook is very limited. So what I would suggest is, when you talk about any one concept, now you started with the scripts, right? So you went beyond. So why can't the children do in the club? Why can't they, instead of just learning about, acquiring knowledge about the diversity of the subject, why can't children collaborate and do a comparative study and a research and collect data, derive their inference, debate, discuss, and present it? Won't that leave a great impact in every child's life? So why should we just talk about the World War or our history? Why should we study only about few places across the globe and study most of it about India? Why can't you pick few countries for 1 year, for grade 8? Okay, children, this is what we are going to, this is a country that we are taking for study this year. for grade 7, this is the country that we're going to study. We're going to compare our country, our resources, our societal structure, our cultural structure, our physical diversity, all the diversities that we have with the country of study for this year. Won't that be interesting for the children? I think if we think that way, your club will have all the children in your campus. So my request to the teachers and also the club members would be, instead of just going in for data, instead of just looking at your, your country, go a little beyond. Before you go a little beyond, please know your state well. Please know your country well. Please know your community first. So if we as social science teachers make the children think from micro to macro, from their home, the nest in which they live, the environment in which they grow, to the community which supports them and builds them, to the state that they belong to, whether they are the native of from the state or some other state, then that's interesting more. They're going to study more about it. So about how diverse your country is. You all study about this in your social science textbook, but that is very, very limited. That is very minimum. So my request to the social science club would be, you be the ambassadors of the subject. Okay? So take the torch in your hand, have a good plan in place. You identify, discuss with your lovely, wonderful teachers, pick topics for this academic year. The academic year is just begun, right? I know you have your own plans in place. This is my request that I'm placing it here. Pick one country or any one aspect of the society for a class or a section. Take it as a project. Take it as a project for a couple of months. Make it, let it be a project-based learning activity. You must be doing it, but still. Compare. When you collect data, go just beyond. Don't limit yourself. Have an open mind. Fine? So collect data with the help of your teachers and adults, okay, the elders at home. I think parents are also here. Yes. So collect data. You sit, you read, you analyze, and then bring out your inference. Children, that will leave a great impact on you as a global citizen. We are no more citizens of India, right? It is a global citizen. It's a global village. By the time you children grow up and become a young adult, the distance around is going to shrink. Fine? So when you are going to go globally representing your country, how should you be as a representative of your land? You should know your land very well. You should know your culture very well. You should know the politics. You should know the society. You should know where we really stand and how we can progress and what is going to be your contribution for that. So for all this, it might sound a little big, but nothing is impossible when you are determined. When you children can do so much, grade 8 graders can do so much with the help of your teachers, and sure you can be the change makers too. So let us, the social science department, take this as this year's goal, this year's target, to sensitize our children about the diverse culture, not just about your country. Go beyond your country. For example, if you study about the physical features of your land, of your country, study about the physical feature of Karnataka, study about the physical feature of the neighboring countries, study which country is very closer to the diversity. And when you study all these things, it should be data driven. That is where we need to really work on. Only when you have data, it's authentic. That is why it is called the social science. We don't call it as social studies anymore. We call it the social science. So we collect data, we research, we analyze, and we infer from our research and data. Fine? So all that your teachers have taught you so far, it is all data driven. So I request the department, the social science department, to have a plan this year for the club members especially, which should be really unique, so that by the time they complete this academic year, they will not just acquire knowledge, they will not just become leaders, they will become change makers, for which each and every child in this club should know where we are and where we will be if this is going to be the style and the pattern in which we are going to live. So social science department and of course the children in this club, my request is please go to all the classes across, even if it is virtually. You're doing an amazing job virtually. I never felt, maybe physically I'm not there to see you guys, but still, it's amazing. There was a beautiful transition in the way you presented. It was so well organized, very well planned. When you are capable of this, I think you are really capable of making social studies, social science in the campus. So from grade 1 to grade 10. Grade 10, we always think grade 10, grade 10th graders are, the bored children, so we can't disturb them. Please don't ignore them. Please don't neglect them. They can also contribute a lot. So involve them. See, children, by the time you grow and get into the universities across, it's no more just your marks. It is what you have learned, what are the skills that you've acquired, and what has been your participation in different fields, and how diverse your interest is, and what are the various roles that you have played in school. So that is going to be which club you've been in, what has been your contribution, fine? So that is going to, be the key that all the universities, when you get into college, they're going to look for. It is no more just the marks. So my request would be, children, your future is going to be very different, fine? How do we know? It's again from the social science, right? How the human evolution, from the evolution to how we are evolving. It is all because of your club and your subject. So you should really be proud and happy for being in a club which is going to make you a better evolved human being, isn't it? So my request is, take this year, the time that you have in your hand, you're all in grade 8, so you are going to run this club, isn't it? So what you need to do is, you have ample time, you have the whole year to plan. Sit with your teachers, have a good draft, a beautiful plan, not just to acquire knowledge. Knowledge can be acquired from various sources nowadays. You all know that better than me, right? Most of you are very techy. So acquiring knowledge is not the key. That's not going to be the differentiator for you. So how are you going to transform the knowledge that you've acquired into something effective? How is it knowledge that you've acquired is going to make you a better human being, right? So that should be the key differentiator for all of you. So you, as a social science club members, please interact. You need to talk to others. You have to communicate with everybody, right? That is what we are doing now. Nothing has stopped us from interacting. Nothing has stopped us from communicating. Nothing has stopped us from reaching out. So yes, where there is a will, there is a way. So why can't you have a great, massive drive in your school for this academic year, where this department, yes, the social science department and the club members of the social science will, across the classes from grade 1 till grade 10 or grade 12, whatever classes, K-12, whatever classes you have, why can't you have an action plan where each class or each section can take a topic for study? It can be 1 year-long research, keeping all your examinations and other activities in mind. 1 year-long research about any one country, and you compare, or your own country and the diversity. What is the relationship between history, geography, democratic part, the political science or politics or civics? You learn it as civics, right? So what is the connection? Are they all interlinked? Of course, yes. They all complement each other. So how does that function in every country? Is it the same in all the countries? I don't think so. We have to explore. So why don't the young minds think beyond the book, go beyond the book. Your assessment can change, your testing patterns can change. It can be a good comparative between your topic, where it's going to be your country or your state or any particular thing, and with a global connect. So what is going to happen there? The global perspective is going to change. You're not just going to look at other countries for the glorified aspect of the country. You're going to look at things which might not be spoken of at all. Yes, there are a lot of countries which has great diversity, great culture, and amazing people, but hardly we get to know about them. How many of us know all the countries in the world? How many of us know the languages that is prevailing? How many languages your own land has? What a diverse country we are in, isn't it? How many of us really celebrate your country? How many of us really feel proud for this diversity? Look at the diversity of your own school. There are children from various, backgrounds, right? The language is different, the culture is different, such a beauty, but we're all living in together as one, in harmony, right? So India is also known for that. We all talk about unity and diversity, but we limit it to the chapter. We limit it to few comparisons, but it's beyond. It's beyond. How many of us really know the state that we live in? So why can't our club, the Social Science Club, take this as a project for this year's project and reach out to every child in the campus? I'm sure your principal, Sir Mr. Girish, who himself is a very passionate social science person, will do something to help the grade 8 students to connect with the different grade students in small groups. Fine. You might have to stretch a little bit, children. It is okay. It's okay to stretch a little bit when you're going to be the change makers. Isn't it? Isn't it a very proud moment for you? You all felt, really good to do this, right? Fine? So, to do this, so much of effort and time that you guys have put in. So similarly, my request to all of you would be, please take this golden opportunity in your hand. You are the change makers. We speak and we talk and we read about a lot of leaders and their contributions. So why can't you become a change maker? Yes? So to become a change maker, you should be the change. You should have the change in you first, right? So be the change first, fine? So discuss with your, very well-read, knowledgeable, strong social science educators. Sit with the social science department and sit with your principal, sir, and get his permission. Reach out to every class across. Talk to them what they can learn, what they can get from your club, fine? And before doing that, you should have drafted a beautiful plan in place. The whole academic year, the social science department is going to be a change-making department. So how is that going to happen? It's going to go beyond the country, beyond the boundary that you live in, fine? So keep all these things in mind, my dear children, and I'm not going to take much of your time, fine? So keep all these things in your mind, and I would like to congratulate the social science department for taking so much of effort, and of course, big hand to all those little ones who presented and who are hosting this program. So let this year be the change making year for all of us, fine? So who's going to do that? The social science club members are going to do that. So you have to attract more club members and you have to prove that yes, our club is a change making team. So with that note, I would like to conclude. I wish all the very best to all of you, and of course to the team of teachers there, and a big thanks to the management, and a special thanks to your principal who gave me this lovely opportunity. Thank you, children, and thanks to all the parents. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bhuneshwari Subramaniam ma'am, for enlightening our minds. My country is my identity, my power, my prestige, and I will never let my country down. I invite my friend Viva to present a talk on our history.
Good evening all. I am Vibhaji K of grade 8 here to share some information on history is our pride. Mark Twain said, India is the cradle of human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. Our most valuable and most artistic materials in the history of man are treasured up in India only. The world owes a lot to India as we have set major milestones in inventions, discoveries, and innovations in the field of administration, communication, computers, and programming languages, construction, civil engineering, and architecture, games, genetics, metallurgy, and manufacturing, music, meteorology, science, and technology, textile and material production, mathematics, medicine, mining, science, space, education, religion, spiritualism, linguistics, and metrology. Our pranams and salutes to all those geniuses who contributed immensely to the human race. We derive our inspiration and influence from all the great Indian innovators, discoverers, scientists, scholars, mathematicians, poets, philosophers. History is not just about the rise and fall of civilization, kings and kingdoms, empires and emperors. History is all about the pride of our motherland, the contribution to the world since ancient times, the unity in diversity, national integration and nationalism and beyond. History is about the art of deriving ideas and inspiration from our achievers and contributors, and continue the tradition of contributors for the well-being of mankind, like inventing vaccination to end pandemic or reaching the other side of the moon where no other country has stepped on till date. Our history teaches us lessons to move ahead with rigor so that we and our contributions find a place in history for the further and continue to inspire the generations. With our history filled with innovations, discoveries and inventions, we shall ensure further contributions by actively participating in all the club activities. Our skills that are enhanced in these club activities shall speak volumes in the form of our contributions. I sum up my thoughts by quoting John F. Kennedy's, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." I unquote. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Viva.
Money is a terrible master but an excellent servant. I invite Sai Anushri to share the importance of financial literacy in school education.
Good evening all. I am Sai Anushri of grade 8 here to throw some light on financial literacy in school education. Before I speak about financial literacy in school education, we need to understand what actually financial literacy is all about. Finance literacy is the ability to make well-informed financial decisions and encouraging financially responsible behavior. Finance literacy enables an individual to think about spending money in a controlled and a balanced manner, saving money for future objectives. Why finance literacy is important for school education? As per the International Network of Finance Education report, national survey shows that the lowest level of finance literacy have been found in young adults. Students from an early age need to develop the skill to manage the funds effectively and efficiently. Finance literacy is a core life skill to be able to adjust to the changing and the competitive world. As students grow into young adults, they would need to make a bigger decision. Advantage of financial literacy in school education. Financial literacy makes us ready for the future. Financial literacy makes us smart. Financial literacy makes us independent. Financial literacy allows us to dream big. We are excited about attending financial literacy classes through this club activity this year. Who knows, a student bank by student may soon come up in our school. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sai Anushri.
Sustainable development is the path to the future on which we all should tread. I invite my friend Likita to share the importance of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in school education.
Good evening all. I am Likita P of grade 8 to share you with the importance of UNSDG in the school curriculum. Let's understand what UNSDG is. UNSDG stands for United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. They were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, reducing inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institutions, and partnerships for the goals. The SDGs are universal goals for all people and are inherently global in nature. Learning about these initiatives helps students develop insights into critical issues around the world, such as lack of access to clean water and gender equality, etc. Integration of these goals in school education will bring awareness among the students and will help them to find better solutions in the future. This year, we are lucky that our teachers have integrated UNSDG worksheets in grade 1 to grade 8 science subjects. We should also take up a project and go through UNSDG. Thank you.
Thank you, Likita. I invite Skanda to propose a vote of thanks.
Education is the key to peace in this world. Mahatma Gandhi. I wish to express my gratitude to the esteemed members of management for their constant support and valuable guidance. I take an opportunity to extend our most sincere thanks to Ms. Bhuvaneshwari Subramanian, the principal of SRM Public School, Chennai. Thank you, ma'am. I express my gratitude to the school principal, parents, the coordinators, conveners, all the teachers, students and non-teaching staffs for their precious presence. Once again, thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.